Right here at Baylis Avenue after a good 2-1 victory for the Boots against Crowborough Athletic in SCEFL Premier today. Dan, my question at the start of the interview was always in my head after the first 15 minutes. Did they come to be a bit physical and stop us playing early on and see if we fancied it?
Quite possibly. And you'd expect that after they took an absolute hiding last week, shipping 9 goals. I would have thought they'd felt absolutely butchered last week. So if you've got any self-respect about you, even though you probably know you're going to get beaten, you'll want to go down fighting. So
not literally though.
No, not literally, but you can understand where they were coming from. But the referee dealt with that in the end.
Did you think he failed to deal with it early on, and that's why it escalated into 3 red cards for the visitors today?
Possibly. I think failing's a difficult word. A lot of referees, they've got edicts to follow, haven't they? But some of them like to establish their personality on the game. So I can see why he tried to let it go early doors. Had he dealt with a couple early, they might have had less men and the game might have been abandoned. So I'm therefore a tad grateful that he put the anchors on in the first half, and the accumulation effect mentally from half-time onwards. And he probably spoke to his 2 assistants as well, and they went out with a stronger stance in the second half. But all decisions were absolutely correct.
We made some changes today, Dan.
Yep.
Quite a few changes.
Yep.
One of them, Hassan, who got man of the match today,
yep,
playing on the right-hand side.
Not a bad decision, that one, eh?
Not a bad decision. But other changes in the team. No Johan, Roundy in the team. Can you explain 1 or 2 of the changes?
Of course, no, we did it with the boys tactically before the game kicked off as well. We knew we were playing against a team that would line up here and basically just have a brick wall on the edge of the 18-yard box with not much of intention of coming out to play football. We knew that. Been to see them play, had someone watch them as well. So we were aware of their strengths, even though that they're statistically, points per game average, bottom side, worst side in the league. We know that, but we afforded them the respect of they will have some threats and this is what they will do. And where I felt we weren't as incisive as we should have been against Fisher, who sat deep and countered, and Bedfont the week before here in the FA Vase just sat deep and countered, we needed to adjust to that. So we always have 20% thinking about the opposition, 80% us. We knew we'd have the vast majority of the ball, so therefore we took a more defensive player in Johan out, and the way that Roundy come in against Bedfont and the ball goes across his body because he's left-footed, we knew we can get the ball switched quicker, like a pendulum in that double pivot. So that worked this afternoon. Hassan playing at right back. You kind of want him playing centre-half and right back, to be fair. But we knew he would get byline, and be powerful and creative. And we knew he'd have a heavy influence, him and Ash playing high, with your 3 10s in the half spaces, 1 striker up, double pivot behind, 1 right foot, 1 left footed, so the ball just comes in and comes out. And at centre half, both of them fellas are, 1's right footed, 1's left footed, so the ball goes down the sides, they're comfortable in full-back areas. We knew we could recover, retrieve, reset and recycle all afternoon, so that was the reason behind the changes.
The first goal, I call him the magic man, Adam. What he did in the middle of the pitch with his feet was, I would say, at this level, incredible. At
this level, he was doing it in Kent County 2 West with me 3 or 4 years ago. You can see why them boys were smashing league titles away. And it also proves that he's a genuine footballer. He's not playing for money. He just wants to play in an environment that gets the best out of him. He had a good youth career. He went over the States. He's been at Charlton and West Ham. He's at Tonbridge Angels. He's played good levels. And he's one of them players that's been lost to the game. Too many non-league teams will be Wednesday night away from home. He's on the bench. If he doesn't do it in an hour, he's out the side. But if you appreciate what he brings and you set up yourself to play in a certain style and a manner which is front-footed and creative, then he's the guy you need in your side. So, yeah, at this level, people are saying it's ridiculous. Turn the clock back. If anyone had watched him 3 years ago in Kent County West, but he's played the same. He plays this game the same way all the time. It wouldn't faze him if he was playing for England at Wembley or playing for Dog and Duck at Hall Place on a Sunday morning. He plays the same way. Brilliant player, brilliant attitude, excellent footballer. He's worth watching. I'd pay to sit in the dugout and watch him. He's that good, isn't he?
Well, if a Premier League player had done that today, they'd have played that back about 37 times on Match of the Day tonight, where he's danced a few of them. He's jumped out of challenges. He's beat players, and then he slotted Hassan in with an assist for the first goal.
That's the sort of thing David Silva does. It's no different. It's actually no different. You're right. If David Silva was to do that for Manchester City, you would not see the end of it. It was that good. At any level of football, that's fantastic. Players' feet flying in at you, 6 inches off the ground, 2 feet coming at you, at any level when that happens, and to negotiate that and then slot the pass, have the composure. the best thing is he knew he was going to do that before he got the ball. His vision is fantastic. So he knew, he's one of the very few players that get a ball at this level and he knows where he's going next. And he's also got a plan B as well. You know, he's a smart guy, smart player.
And don't forget, he was clattered on Wednesday night with a 2-footed late tackle, high tackle, and he's still willing to, you know, try and take on players and keep hold of the ball and not waste the ball, keep hold of it.
Exactly that. Bravery isn't always about the 2-footed challenges and fighting and going nose to nose and leaving a bit on someone. Bravery is, you've got no room, you're in a telephone box and you always want the football and you know you're going to get studs in your calf, upper thigh, you know it's coming. That's football bravery. He's a brave man, a brave player, quality player.
And credit to Hassan for getting on the end of the ball and then finishing.
It was relentless. Do you know what? In a way, I mean, that goal, I was stood there for 5 minutes afterwards. I didn't think about the game. I kept replaying the goal in my head, thinking, that's unbelievable. That is unbelievable. I was going to come in the stand and ask, I could have watched that for about another hour.
Well, now you're talking, I'm actually going to put it in the corner of the screen, so while we're talking about it, people can see what actually happened.
Like a little thought bubble up there. Yeah, cool. It was a great
picture going on there, but I stood there and I was the same as you. I was thinking, did we really just see that in SCEFL?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that is the sort of thing a Man City team would do. If anything, you know, Hassan's put it away. Part of me might just roll it across and someone else taps it home, maybe like Sterling does. Man City. I'm fussy, and but that was a brilliant goal. Brilliant goal.
He will tell you this. I did tell him before the game that he was going to score today.
You know what he said?
Hassan. I told Hassan he would score today.
Fair enough.
And he said, yeah, I will. So he did. So that was good. We'll talk about them getting back in the game. Hit on the break. He was very strong, the guy, let's be fair. Very honest. And it's a good goal.
Yeah, it is.
Are you disappointed that we couldn't stop it when we were a bit exposed?
Yeah, well, we had all the play before that, hadn't we? And I think we break from a corner. So Pete will be disappointed because the ball came into him at comfortable height to deal with, and his first touch was off. And then credit to the forwards, he's read it and just gone, I'm on that. And then Pete, who's quicker than him, got round him to deal with it. I thought, okay, but then he's leant back as he's got round him and undercut the back pass, and the guy stayed strong, threw him to one side, and it's a good finish actually past Jack. It went in about half a mile an hour, but I could tell he was going to score. You just knew he was going to score. And for all the build-up play and stuff like that we had, that's a very good goal and very good finish. And that's sometimes, and I'm being very, 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 very fussy again, but that's the sort of thing I want to see out of us sometimes, that nothing is, don't give up on anything. Don't give up on anything. The odds on him scoring a goal with however many teammates he had on the pitch at the time, the odds on him scoring a goal was 0. But his attitude was, I'm on this, and I thought, brilliant attitude, brilliant goal, well done.
And in 2 minutes later, the same guy's having a go again, and he's got the ball up to him, and he's using his size and his desire, and he's having a go. For me, shortly afterwards, they substituted him, and after they said they had 9, and they went 4-4. They had absolutely no out at all.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What were you thinking on the bench? Did you think game over as soon as they did that?
Oh, thank you very much. Yeah, cheers, thanks. You've I don't think I've ever seen such a disconnect between a technical area and what happened on the pitch with some of their lads. I mean, the technical area seemed like good stand-up guys, experienced, and some of the stuff on the pitch was, like I said, maybe it was on the back of getting absolutely walloped last week. It's probably on the back of that. You know, we all react in different ways, but the attitude and the respect levels in the technical area sort of didn't add up to what was delivered on the pitch by some of their boys. But that's there for them to sort out as a football club, isn't it?
But back to that point where when they decided to go 4-4 and not go past their own half, did you actually sit there and think they're just inviting us to have the ball and we've just got to pick them off once? Yeah,
I think so. At times, when you're in the technical area, sometimes you don't have to get involved at all. And then at that moment, they had a decision to make, I suppose, when they went down to 2 players or whatever's left on the pitch. They had a decision to make. It was a baffling one. But then that led to me going, do you know what? We'll defend with 1. We'll get another 2 forwards on the pitch, and we'll just keep having ways of attack, and something will drop eventually, which it did. Could we move the ball quicker? Could we have done a lot more? Yes. I did say to the boys at half time, I can see them going down to 10 men. I said, whatever you do, don't let them go down to 9. And I did say that in the dressing room. Go 9, goes 8. Subconsciously, the game's gone. Your players get a bit more tense because they know they should be opening them up and they can't, and it's not something you actually train for a lot. You always do a bit of work against 10, and if you are a team of 10, but it's probably very rare when you've got one training session a week, if you're lucky, that you go, do you know what, we're going to work on playing against 8 men. So it's not an excuse, but in football it's difficult sometimes mentally for some players to keep doing the right things all the time to absolutely take a team apart. But that's three big points this afternoon when you look at the table as well. So we've got to look at that and go, we've taken them, we've got them, we've banked them. We're doing all right, actually, aren't we?
Did we score the second goal when they were down to 8?
Couldn't tell you.
I think because they went 3-3-1. They decided after 15 minutes or so that it just wasn't working, going 4-4. Then they had the quick guy out front and they went 3-3-1. We only managed to get one goal down, but we only needed to get one goal.
Yeah, of course.
Was it when they were having players sent off left, right, and centre? Were you confident we just get that one goal that we needed?
Yeah. We ended up the pitch with 7 guys on the pitch who can score a goal. So you're going to get something from somewhere. And we hit the bar a couple of times. The keeper's pulled off a couple of worldies, and then he spilled a couple of things, and we didn't quite follow in. Again, that's that subconscious drop in desire to keep doing what you always do all the time. But can't really ever go at the boys too much. I didn't want to. Was it a sloppy second half performance? Under par a little bit. But when you're given so much ball and a team didn't defend their penalty, they defended their 6-yard box for the last half hour of the game, it's a different proposition, and you don't face that all the time. Should we score more goals? Yes, but we've got the big 3 in the bank, and that's all that matters.
We'll quickly go back to Wednesday, and then we'll pop forward to the Glebe game. Do we know anything about the aftermath of the game regarding the who goes through into the next round?
No, I don't think anything officially has been done. I wait for emails to be relayed. We're very aware of the competition rules. We went there with eligible players, even though we've had players signed after a certain date, which you can't play. We were all efficient and done anything that we needed to do. We even had a slight issue with one player where we were informed, go ahead, you'll be okay. Someone's made a mistake at someone's end, but we always go with, you see it loads of times, it's the club's fault if a player on the pitch isn't eligible. You can take advice from someone, they go, it'll be all right. Buyer beware, it is in football. You buy something, or you put a player out on the pitch, it's happened loads of times. What's it happened in the FA Cup this year with Grays, with a player for international clearance or something or other? Yeah. You know, going back 2 years, I've seen AFC Wimbledon be dot points in what was a Ryman Premier one year where they had Jermaine Darlington sign. He was playing in Wales and they didn't get international clearance. He played about 30 games for them and they had the table wiped out. It happens. It's important. It's an important part of running a football club, and it's an important part of being a switched-on management team. And you don't win trophies in your managerial career unless you're switched on and you know the rule book inside and out. So you've got to always do your homework, and you can't leave no stone unturned. So the ruling is clear. It's not how I would want to win a game of football, but we knew before kick-off, which isn't great. And it's no excuse for the second half performance either. So I'm going off the back of the second half performance in terms of judging us how we go forward. And but it's a shame if you're in their camp and you were to lose a game where you were clearly very excitable about it and you've taken a scalp, and credit to you, but could be lots of bottle of champagne with no fizzing, couldn't it?
Talking briefly about the game, did you think when Constable come on that we couldn't deal with him?
I wouldn't say we couldn't deal with him.
We didn't deal with him. Yeah,
we didn't deal with him. And again, it's that subconscious drop-off. You're 3-1 up in a game. You haven't played that well in the first half, really. Not as well as we can, but we did give a couple of lads debuts on the night. We got a young 17-year-old out there playing as a wing back, and where we lost one player 5 minutes before kick-off, we had to change shape, change all your dead balls, change everything. So maybe the first half was better off the back of that. I'll give the boys a bit more credit. So we took a lot out of that first half. We handled that well, taking that lad out of the team, and it's. What has happened as far as the admin's concerned, that's out of our hands. But did we handle Andy Constable? Peter Rodgman played against him last year for Kent Football against Holmesdale. And he did very well against him to the point where Andy acknowledged what a good young player he is. On this occasion, Andy got the better of him, I'd say. And even at 40 years of age, he's a class act. He'll score goals another 10 years if he wants to. But I still think it's subconsciously our boys being 3-1 up, knew the game was already pretty much, by the rule book, it's done. Although that wasn't the message from us. We still wanted a proper second half performance, and we didn't get one.
We'll talk about Lewis Montoya briefly. We can't talk too much about what's happened, but do you expect Lewis to be available in the near future to play for the club?
He needs a conversation with myself before that happens. And we need to do some housekeeping in there. first and foremost, and I think it's probably best I leave that there. But I'll deal with him because I don't give people a licence to do what they want to do. I don't condone anyone to step outside the parameters of the law. So I'm a stand-up man, and I'm responsible for my men on the pitch. So if someone steps out of them parameters, I know I have to deal with them accordingly, which I shall. Well, I'll let the dust settle. Left out today, chill out, relax. We've got 3 points. We move on, and we'll sit and talk with them next week.
We move on next week. Glebe playing just down the road at Chislehurst.
Yeah, looking forward to that.
We made changes for that game in the cup game.
Yep.
Clenching the trophy against them, and they give us a little bit of a beating on the scoreline. Confident that when you've got your strongest lineup that you want out there and back in league action, that we can give them a good game and grab the points?
Yeah, very confident. And I think we now, having played against Bedfont, no disrespect to any of these teams, right? Because I've come up from bottom end of the Kent Cup, but I was in these leagues and went back down and come back up. So I've got respect for everybody. But on paper, we've played Bedfont division below, Holmesdale division below, Crowborough, statistically the worst team in this league. That's on statistics, and not an opinion, on statistics. So I think we were brilliant against Sheppey. We need a full-on Glebe. We need to play away from home. We need to play there with some of the supporters there. We need that environment, I think, because our lads had that eye of the tiger and that response to not so much being challenged, but kind of threatened. These lot are good. We have to be at our A game. And then I don't have a team talk to make. So I can be confident that we'll be mentally right for the game, but no predictions yet. I'm looking forward to going there. I'm looking forward to going to a club that I spent some time at and I've enjoyed, and I've got respect for those that run the club. I'm looking forward to that, and I'm also looking forward to getting their bar after the game. It's a good bar in there, good beer in there. You'll like it.
Dan, well done today. We're still in fifth, I believe, but obviously we've improved our position slightly with regards to points with other teams above us, and we'll see you on Saturday away at Blue.
Looking forward to it. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.